Hello everybody, it's Lego, and in this video I'm going to be showing you all my custom WandaVision set based off of episode 5. Since the show ended last week and the next Marvel show doesn't come out till next week, I figured I'd release this video today in an attempt to help satisfy all of our Marvel hungry souls. Just kidding, the real reason is because I didn't finish it in time for the finale, so I'm uploading it a week later. So yeah, but before we take a look at the custom set, I do want to let you all know that this is actually a collab with Isaac Nelson and Ethan Bricks. Ethan made a CMF draft and Isaac did an accessory pack, and of course both of those were also based off of WandaVision. I'm not exactly sure when their videos will be out, but I will link their channels in the comments since for some reason they don't seem to work when I put them in the description. But yeah, go check out their channels and they're parts of the collab. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at the set. So like I said, this is based off of the living room from episode 5, which I believe is the 80s, and this was a very fun style to build, and I'm really happy that I decided to do this. As you can see in this image, there are actually 4 minifigures that are included with the set, but those will be shown at the end, so I guess let's take a look at the build first. The set is built on a base of angle and profile bricks, and there is a little ovalish custom printed tile on the front with the WandaVision logo, and I really like the way that that turned out. And then as for the walls, those are pretty much just made up of dark tan and dark brown bricks. As for the actual living room area, there is a yellowish orange couch in the middle, which I absolutely love how that turned out. I think it adds a nice little touch of color. It definitely took a whole lot of inspiration from the Essential Perk set for that couch build. There's also a coffee table with flowers on it, a chair which actually uses a pretty cool technique that I saw on Google. It uses some hand pieces and some faucet pieces as the legs of the chair. I don't know, I just thought it was really creative, so I added it to the build. There's also a TV which took me forever to design for some reason, and basically it just uses a whole bunch of snot techniques, and then the stand is built out of unicorn horn pieces. There's also a printed tile for the screen with the please stand by sign that everyone hates. We also have a little doghouse for Sparky, which does actually have a printed tile with his name on it, and rest in peace, Sparky.
It's been Agatha all along.
And I killed Sparky too.
Anyways, yeah, that doghouse just uses a bunch of hinge pieces and some masonry bricks to kind of make it look like it's made out of wood, just like in the show. And overall, I really like how that turned out. This build also has some various plant assemblies, which also add a nice touch of color. There's also a lamp in the corner, as well as a fireplace, which I think turned out pretty cool. The ledge part of the fireplace is pretty much almost identical to the one that Mini Brick Productions used, so all credit to him for that, and I just really love the design that he used. There's also a few paintings scattered throughout. There's one above the fireplace which is not custom, it's just purist, but there are 2 other paintings which are actually custom. Basically in the show there are these 2 bird paintings, and I don't really know how to make those into a print, and I didn't want to just steal some random person's bird paintings off the internet, so I figured I would just make my own in Lego form. And so those are hand drawn by me, which was actually surprisingly easy, and they turned out pretty nice. There's a little parrot one as well as a bluebird, and they are both sitting on little twig pieces. There's also a door that leads to nowhere, as well as some stairs that lead to nowhere. I actually really love the way that those stairs turned out though. I think they look really nice and definitely helped to tie in the whole build and gave it a little bit more depth. The stairs do use a bunch of printed tiles to represent the stair rug. It's a very simple print, but I think it really adds a lot to the design. Above the stairs there are some custom printed stained glass windows which aren't perfect, but I think they really help to add a little bit more variation to the set. And then there are a few wooden stairs that lead to this elevated area where the entrance to the house is. On that sort of elevated area there are some windows and curtains, which those curtains are just made using some angle plates. And then there is a little bench build which is made using snot techniques. And then lastly, of course, you have to have a door, and that is just put at an angle and it is printed. I don't know why the print came out a little wonky. It's not supposed to be like that, so I don't know what happened, but yeah. And then on top of the door there are some transparent pieces as well, but that's essentially what the build looks like. Here is what it looks like from the top at kind of a bird's eye view, so you can kind of get an idea of the layout of the build. But I guess let's move on to the minifigures. If I had more time I probably would have added Tommy and Billy, but I honestly just got kind of burnt out since this took like 3 weeks to build, so I only did 4 minifigures, which are Wanda, Vision, Agnes/Agatha, and Pietro. and I must say these are probably my favorite minifigures that I have designed. I just think they look really great. Starting off with Wanda, I am really happy with how this figure turned out. She's got her plaid shirt and her suspenders with her high-waisted blue pants. She also has some red shoes, which I think look great, and then sort of an angry facial expression and a dark orange hairpiece, and then I gave her some red studs. Next up for Vision, this one was really fun to make. He has an angry facial expression just like Wanda, and then he has some sand blue pants and a white striped shirt with some suspenders. I actually really love the way that his torso turned out. It was super fun to make as well, and this figure took forever to design, but I think it definitely paid off. Next up is my favorite figure that I have ever designed of all time, and it is Agatha. I am so incredibly happy with how this one turned out. She's got a curly hairpiece, a very happy facial expression with a headband print, and that turned out surprisingly very accurate. She has some dual molded arms and then the little blue cardigan thing that she wears in that episode, and then of course she has her very 80s-esque outfit with the pastel stripes. She also has a custom printed skirt piece, which I just think looks awesome. And then her legs are dual molded with some white shoes. I just love this figure. I think it looks really great. It's my favorite figure I've ever made. The last figure of the set though is Pietro. This figure is probably my least favorite, but I still really like how it turned out. He has a leather jacket and then a super colorful shirt with some palm trees on it. His torso print is definitely my favorite part of the figure. And then he just has some simple jeans, a smirking face, and a light gray dog trainer hairpiece. Since this is a custom set, we obviously have to have a box for it. This is probably my least favorite part of the whole custom set. I just think it looks a bit messy, but I must say I think it is a pretty unique box art design, so I like that aspect of it. Basically, the top and bottom use this comic book design, which is just a couple comic book images kind of compiled together, and then I blurred them, and then I edited them and everything. And then there's some logos as well as my name in the corner. The 4 minifigures are at the bottom, and then the set is sort of in the middle. Unfortunately, I didn't really have time to make it 3D and everything, so it's just the front of the box. But the custom set does have 764 pieces, and I wrote 18 plus because that's probably what Lego would do. And then the set number, or I guess name, is LLCS number 2, which stands for Little Lego Custom Set 2. Overall, I am extremely happy with how this project turned out. It's honestly probably my favorite digital creation that I have ever done. I am so happy with how it turned out, and I really hope you guys liked it as well. If you did enjoy, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing. I would really appreciate it. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you all next time. Bye.